Hey guys, it's Gratitude Agnes. So I'm here to tell you about something very, very, very close to my heart. Oh, it's just the routine mic check that I won't edit out. I've stopped editing, guys. I've stopped editing. It's not worth it. I'm not good enough. And so I'm better at talking than I am editing. I just need to start a conversation and finish it. And if I mess up along the way, deal with it as I go, because the cutting myself, it's just not gone very well so far. Guys, we're here to talk about the reason that you should keep a gratitude journal. So I'm going to start a little bit weird. I'm going to start the way around that might not seem like the most obvious. I'm going to start with how you keep a gratitude journal, or how I recommend you keep one. And then I'm going to go to the why you should have one. So I have had this conversation with patients of mine hundreds of times. Hundreds? Sounds like a lot. I think I might have had this conversation hundreds of times. It is one of my number one pieces of advice when I'm working with people. That'll get on to the why. But the how. I think that a lot of people come into trouble when they buy something that sells itself as like a gratitude journal. I think a lot of the times those journals are made up and it's like, I don't know, 5 things to be grateful for and you should be doing it in the morning. And it's just, I think that they really, really overcomplicate it. And this is an exercise that you need it to be as simple as possible, because if it's not incredibly simple, you will drop it when things get hard. And the most important thing about this exercise is that you continue doing it through the hard times. So keeping it very, very, very easy for yourself is an absolute must. I recommend getting a blank notebook. This is like a bit more than you need, but I was just upset by having to dispose of notebooks once I'd filled them. So I got Filofax that I can buy paper refills for. This one is obviously gorgeous. I got it on Etsy. Actually, I can tell you the company there. It was really, really good. The Inspired Stories, that's where I got it from. It's really, really good quality. It is vegan leather, and they had other like gorgeous neutral kind of tone colors. So I bought this. I keep my gratitude journal at the front and my period tracker working the wrong way through the book, like at the back. And every single day I write the date, and then I write, today I am grateful for, and then fill in gratitude. The reason I keep the date is because occasionally I will miss a day, but doing it in postscript is absolutely fine. I think sometimes if I've gone to bed really late or really drunk, then I won't have been able to write. Although sometimes I write when I am really, really drunk, and those are very interesting. This is just like chicken scratchings across the page, but it makes absolutely no sense. But whatever it is, I have been hugely grateful for at the time. It just slipped my mind, you know? The memory doesn't hold on for very long. So today I am grateful for, and then the thing that you want to choose as your gratitude, it should be, sounds kind of strange, it should be as small as possible. So what we're trying to do when we think about something to be grateful for, also I recommend doing this last thing at night, right before you go to sleep, sends you off to sleep with real cozy, cute vibes in your head, a lot of optimism and oxytocin flooding your system, hopefully. In time, that's the effect you find anyway. But I recommend choosing a gratitude that is as small as possible. So we're trying to home in on something really, really specific that happened that day. So at the end of the video, I'm going to randomly select some entries from my gratitude journal, and I'm going to read them. Come hell or high water, I will read them. There's a couple of things I might not read. Identifying features of my family members that don't want to be exposed. I'm not including names, okay? I'm not including names. Or, okay, there might be some other things I don't include, but I'm going to try and randomly select and then randomly share a couple of things from my gratitude journal. So you want it to be as small a thing as possible. Because one of the best things about this exercise is that we are selecting, we're kind of highlighting these little moments that have occurred through the day. And at the time, it might not seem like it's a big deal, but actually generally when we look back through them, these things are absolutely enormous. The things that I've captured most in my gratitude journal are connections with my family members, me connecting with nature, me connecting with myself. And it's these little glimpses, like maybe I've been grateful for the fact that I felt the sun on my face. I've been grateful for the fact that I heard birdsong and I paid attention to it, because if I'd ignored it, I could have been surrounded by it and not heard it. Or that I have heard like this sweet, sweet laugh of my niece, which I can't think about too much, or I will cry due to homesickness. Stop it. Get it out of your head. And it's gone. But you want to select something really, really, really small. Another way that I've heard this described is as glimmers. So these little glimmers of joy and energy and connection and love, that's what we're trying to capture with a gratitude journal. It's not helpful to have things in there like, I am grateful for my partner. It's not specific enough. And it doesn't evoke the same feeling that we're trying to evoke with a gratitude journal. So my partner is documented many, many, many days throughout my years of keeping gratitude journal. He is documented, but I will have honed it in on a specific situation we've been in that day. So I am grateful for, well, there'll be examples at the end, but maybe him and I have laughed a lot together. Maybe I have been really, really vulnerable with him and he's dealt with it incredibly well. Maybe I felt like we're a real team. Maybe I felt just like such camaraderie or comfort in his presence. Really specific, either specific memories from that day or a specific feeling that something during the day evoked. So I am grateful for feeling safe with my family when XYZ happened, that kind of thing. Because these bigger things that we could be grateful for, they do not evoke the same feeling in our nervous system, and it's unhelpful. So small, small, small. A lot of the people that I've had these conversations with are really depressed because obviously until recently I was working for the National Health Service in Scotland, and I was working with really severely unwell people quite a lot of the time. And I have suggested this exercise, and a common response I have is people saying, but I don't have something every day that I can be grateful for. And that's why it's also so important for it to be small. Maybe your day has been so challenging that you are only grateful that you had a really enjoyable cup of tea. Maybe you managed to drink a cup of tea while it was still hot and that felt really good. Maybe you were just super grateful when you got home at night and you were able to sit on your sofa. Maybe, and this is always one that you can fall back on you can always fall back on it. If you've made it to the end of the day and you're writing your gratitude journal, you can always be grateful for the fact that you made it to the end of the day, that you got yourself through. If that's how bad things are, that is absolutely something worth being grateful for. And I think that I have never experienced a day where there's nothing I can write. And in fact, I remember one really, really, really dark time in my life where I recall writing down the fact that, that I'm grateful that I don't feel like this all the time. Because some people's existence is kind of grim all the time. And I'm really grateful that for me, kind of being low in mood, it's absolutely something that does this. So I don't have to live like that all the time. So pretty much there's always absolutely something that you can document. And that's the mindset that is really, really valuable to take into this, because that's the whole point. So now getting a little bit more to the why. As humans, the why, it's just such a big question. Where do we start? Since the beginning of time, I'm joking, but as humans did sound like one of those sentences that was going to start back like cave people times. I think as people in general, we are often quite negatively weighted. If somebody asked you on a Sunday how you were doing, and something really, really bad had happened on the Saturday, the likelihood is that you would start by describing the thing that had happened on the Saturday and kind of completely negating the fact that actually maybe you had quite a pleasant week. But this one big bad thing happened. I think that often when bad things happen in our lives, we can feel quite threatened by it. It evokes a strong reaction in our nervous system, and it can become mentally kind of all-consuming. We don't remember the positive things. But if we have been, every single day, if we have taken a little highlighter pen to these maybe small but lovely things that we can be grateful for throughout the week, then we'd be far more likely to look back on our week more positively biased. And I think that that's something that a lot of people really, really need a lot more of. Another question I've had a huge amount in work is how people can repair their relationship with themselves, how people can be less anxious about the future, less fearful about the future, how people can feel like they can rely on themselves a bit more, how they can build trust in themselves. And honestly, this remains my main recommendation. Because if every day we are drip feeding ourselves this idea that there are good things happening in our lives, there are these little positive moments of joy and light and life, then that is such a helpful thing to, like, towards making us a more positive person. I got really distracted there by thinking about, I wrote in my gratitude journal once that I was really grateful for seeing a bird sit on top of a sheep. You guys ever seen that? It's probably just because I come from, I live like arse end of nowhere in Scotland, and I saw a little bird sitting on the back of a sheep once, and my God, was it magical? Was it magical? Well, now I'm becoming tearful, not because of the sheep. I don't even know that sheep. It's because I miss Scotland so much, and there are sheep everywhere. I can't even remember the last time I saw a sheep. Oh my God, it's so stupid. Whew. Excuse me. I won't be editing this out. This is raw emotion, guys. This is how much I love Scotland. Cut me and I bleed blue and white. God, I miss home. Okay, positivity bias. Why should you highlight good things from it? Okay, I think I've covered a lot of the why. There are a bunch of studies. I mean, I actually don't know that for sure. I assume there's a bunch of studies. I know there's certainly a handful of very powerful studies and research that's been done on why it's so helpful, how it can lift your mood by making you a more positive person in general. So I'm going to find some of those and link them below if you'd like to learn more. And now I'm going to read some entries from my gratitude journal. I'm going to tell you the date they occurred too. I actually forgot there's another thing I keep in here. I just keep like some work notes at the beginning, which to be honest, I wouldn't really recommend combining anything work related with your gratitude journal, but I have not taken my own advice. This is the situation I'm in. Okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so this the 6th of November, 24. Oh, this was recently. Oh, this is sad. Oh, yeah, this is recently. I really didn't think I'd cry. I thought I was feeling okay today. I think maybe someone is starting their period soon. It's this gal. Okay, today I'm grateful for seeing a way forward, for letting myself feel sad, and for seeing Beep's face. So I know what that was referring to. It's referring to a video call with one of my friends when I was feeling super, super, super homesick. Oh my God, this is so undignified. 19th of 11th, Today, I'm grateful for dancing around the flat in Aalborg. That's nice. I appreciate that that's probably not as specific a feeling as even I would recommend, but I know what I meant by that. If I was being more specific with myself, I would have said, I am grateful for the feeling of being free and at ease when I'm dancing around the flat in Aalborg. So because I've been keeping gratitude journal for about 7 or 8 years every single day, oh my God, all this self-indulgent stuff I've written down. I have notebooks and notebooks and notebooks filled with them. I will absolutely have started to simplify some of my explanations, but if you're starting this exercise for the first time, you mustn't. You can't. It's too important. And the goodness is in the detail. So be specific, please. Please be specific. Wow, that specific friend features, she features a lot in here. Oh, today I'm grateful. So this is 21st of 11th. Today I'm grateful for reconnecting with, this is a therapeutic client of mine that I hadn't seen in quite a long time. Obviously, I'm not going to include their name. And being able to tell her that she's doing a good job. I really feel like that's one of the most special parts of my job as a therapist, is being able to offer just a huge amount of reassurance. I think especially to the people that I've had a long relationship with, being able to tell them that what I think they're doing a good job and that I'm proud of them, and that I think the way that they're handling certain difficult situations is absolutely amazing. And it was one of those, which is just really, really nice being able to offer that. Okay, these are all relatively recent, and it's making me so sad, and I can't. Oh my goodness, that friend features 2 more times. She knows she's really important to me, so I don't think this will come as a surprise to her. I feel like you know who you are, girl. That's too grown up. Oh, okay. This will make me cry. Okay, so from the 4th to the 7th, 2024, today I'm grateful for cuddling Bunty in bed. And again, I haven't included a specific, Bunty's my dog. I haven't included a specific feeling in that, but I know exactly the feeling it evokes in me, and boy, it makes me feel really, really homesick. I'm trying not to sniff, and I know that my nose is running, but I'm trying not to sniff because sniffing is one of the worst sounds for this microphone. It is absolutely offensive to your ears. I'm gonna go and get a tissue. I'm gonna go and get a tissue, and then I'm gonna come back and conclude this video because that's what I should do. Okay. So, my favorite way to start a sentence, apparently. So, how many times have I said like in this video? 1 million, I assume. My top tip, keep it incredibly simple. Keep it right by your bed, so it is the last thing you write at nighttime to fill you with those positive feelings right before drifting off to sleep. Really, really helpful. The importance of keeping it simple. If at any point, in fact, I've had loads of clients do this, that they have felt really positive about the idea of keeping a gratitude journal, and then they have made it way too elaborate. Like they have decorated pages and written lists and lists of things that they're grateful for. And even if you are tempted, do not. This is an exercise in practicality. You need to write a single line, the date, today and I'm grateful for, and then a single line, so that in your deepest, darkest moments, you're still able to do this, because in your deepest, darkest moments, that's where this exercise is. It is absolutely, it's most important when you're feeling that way. So don't overcomplicate things for yourself, because you will regret it. And even if you're feeling really positive about it, you want to decorate a page, don't. You need to think about when you are incredibly sad and incredibly tired. Do it for that person, that future sad person with no time available for doing this practice. And then write one thing, because that's how it's going to be a very, very, very sustainable exercise. Okay, guys, I'm wrapping up. Thank you so much for watching this video. Thank you so much for returning to my channel if you have been here before, and welcome if you are new. That's exciting. I'm sorry you saw me cry. That's embarrassing. Yeah, I'm sorry you saw me cry. And if you're seeing me for the first time, I don't always do this, but I'm not gonna lie to you. I do cry sometimes, so it's not like it's never happened before. I am human. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you aren't already. I don't want to go back to work as a psychiatric nurse. I want to stay at home. So please help me do that by supporting my channel. That would be very, 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 very helpful. Please share this video with anyone that you think could benefit from it, which also I think is everyone. FYI, I think absolutely, not necessarily my video. I'm not going to blow my trumpet that much, but everybody would absolutely benefit from keeping a gratitude journal. It is an essential exercise for your mental health. My #1 recommendation. Okay. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Take really good care of yourselves, and I will see you in my next video. Bye. Guys, I'm back with one of my main points that I entirely forgot to make. Just doing a mic check. I completely forgot to mention there is sometimes a confusion between toxic positivity and gratitude. So some of the people that I have tried to sell, because I am a gratitude journal salesperson, that I've tried to sell keeping a gratitude journal, they have kind of initially misunderstood my proposal as that sort of idea that you shouldn't ever complain about anything because somebody else has it worse. And that's just so toxically positive. It's not even really that positive feeling, but it is toxic and incredibly unhelpful. Whereas gratitude it's more the philosophy that even if there's a lot of difficulty going on in your life, the likelihood is that there's still some good, even if those things are just small glimmers of light in amongst the darkness. And it's about highlighting those rather than telling yourself that nothing bad is happening. It's, yes, I have these challenges, but there's also this other thing happened today. Do you see what I mean? So it's about allowing space for both of those things at the same time, rather than blocking out the bad and being like, no, everything's fine because I had this really nice cup of tea today. No, it doesn't work like that. And that's unhelpful. So it's about making space for both those things at the same time. I hope that makes sense. Normally when I talk about gratitude journal, I'm actually having this conversation with a warm body that I have the opportunity to say, does that make sense? And then they agree with me or disagree with me, or they ask questions. You guys should ask your questions in the comments section. And if I find that I haven't expanded on this idea enough, then I will absolutely return to it because it is essential. Okay, I'm seriously going now. I'm just gonna leave my ending where it was before, but you will have already known that because you'll already be at this point in the video. Oh, okay, that point was redundant. Bye guys, bye for the second time. Take good care.